As you know, the PlayStation 4 just launched, and one of its launch titles is Resogun. It's actually free if you have a PlayStation Plus account, and it's a great shoot 'em up in the style of, I would say Geometry Wars, but I believe it's made by the same people that made like Super Stardust HD. And I was playing this level Ceres, and I noticed that on Veteran difficulty, which is the highest difficulty unlocked by default, I was coming pretty close to the high score, and I actually, within a few tries at it, had gotten 4th place, but I decided I wanted to try and get 1st place on it, and I'm going to show you that. I actually have footage of me getting the high score on this, so I don't think that I'm going to be the best in the world. Probably there's somebody that can just pick up a controller and within 3 games crush me at this, because, I'm not a world-class shoot-'em-up player by any means. But even if, this high score gets knocked down tomorrow, I know a little bit about the game, and I can share a bit with you about, how to play it and what it's like. So, the different mechanics, and we'll hop into the game in just a second, but I want to just kind of run by what can happen, because it's very fast, and even though I can drop down into slow-mo, I don't want to be explaining the basics during the run. I'd rather be talking about why I'm moving in a specific way, or why I'm using my boost the way that I'm using it, than explaining what a boost is. So, let's start with that. What's a boost? You can charge in this game very quickly. It's the L1 button, and it actually makes you invulnerable while you are dashing. You can dash through enemies and damage them. This is useful for keeping your combo alive. So if you keep killing enemies without a certain amount of time going past, it's around, I'd say, between 1 and 2 seconds. That's my feel for it anyhow. You keep a combo going, and it increases a multiplier for how many points you're earning. So if you're aiming for a high score, this is actually the single most important thing in the game. Of course, if you die, it also resets. The other really important mechanic for getting points is overdrive. This is after you kill a certain amount of enemies, you can activate your overdrive. It's a giant laser, and you earn a massively increased amount of points for everything that you kill with that laser. So the more monsters you kill, the more each one is worth. The more enemy ships, I guess, that you kill, the more each one is worth. The last thing in this game is the humans. There are enemies called keepers that are swarms, and if you kill all of the enemies in that swarm, it will unlock a human who will then drop to the ground. You can pick them up and drop them off in a little human receptacle ship. You can actually throw the humans as well using the left trigger, and if you do that, you get some sort of a bonus. It can be a bomb, it can be points, it can be an upgrade to how powerful your overdrive is. All these things are deterministic. In fact, the entire level is deterministic. It'll play out the exact same way each time, and only your actions will determine how exactly things go. Those are pretty much the basics to getting a high score. There's also a boss at the end, but I don't actually even kill this one, and I still managed to get the high score, though I will talk a little bit about the strategies that I think will work on killing this boss. So let's hop into the high score run. So right off the bat, I am running off to one side. Left and right are pretty much identical here. I just run off to the left, and if you blow up that pod, it blows up all of the little flowers that are shooting. There's probably specific names for each of these enemies. I don't know what they are. That right there is the first keeper group, and did you see the little light that flew off into the background? That actually shows you where the human is going. I end up taking the long way simply to maintain my combo, because your combo is more important than any one human, far and away. So there, I just broke that human. He was about to be abducted, and come back and managed to get him. And now I'm just killing stuff, trying to keep my combo safe, because I've got him, and I want to drop him off over there, but I won't keep my combo alive if I go and do it now. So that's why I am not returning him. You can see over on the right the green glowing thing, and there's one closer to me on the left now as well. Those will both be good drop-off locations for the human and get me a bonus, but my overdrive is actually charged up now, and I go along the bottom there simply to stall out and get more enemies to kill with this overdrive. That overdrive is pretty huge. Getting 2.3 million points underneath a 10 times multiplier, that's a big overdrive, in my experience anyhow. During the phase, it seems like you get a little bit more time. Like during the phase complete there, it seems like you get a little bit more time to keep your combo alive, because otherwise it'd be really hard to keep it. As this wave starts up, I end up using a bomb pretty early, and getting a little bit lucky there in all honesty. I couldn't have told you that these enemies would have spawned to keep my combo alive, but, you know, not every little thing is going to be planned out here. Now I'm just kind of kiting these, keeping some of them alive, and trying to cover a little bit of distance. Really just trying to keep my combo alive, not trying to go and get a human or anything. One of them dies. I'm not even sure where exactly that happens. Now I see on my right here this human dying, and I use my boost in order to go and crash into the ship abducting him. Get an overdrive upgrade, which is nice because you just heard that my overdrive was charged up. This one's not nearly as huge as my first one, and in fact I think that I should have gone for the top wave of those monsters first, wave of ships first, because I end up not getting them, and I think I was a little bit closer than them when I decided to go to the bottom. Pretty free and easy, picking up my human and keeping my combo alive pretty easily. There's another human right back over there. And I'm scared off by these lasers, actually. But I build up my my boost and use it to crash through stuff a bit. Now there's a whole bunch of alien ships to keep my my combo going, and I leisurely make my way back over to drop off the human. The ships slow down a little bit when you shoot them, but they're a little bit faster than you otherwise. They're also a little bit less agile, though, so they're pretty easy to dodge, actually. I wipe out that entire fleet with a boost. That's a good thing to do. It's a little bit dangerous, though. You know, you could end up in the middle of some fire if you're not careful, if you end up a little bit off to the side. We get the overdrive here and just pop it pretty much immediately. We're coming up on the end of the level. And this puts us actually within striking distance of the final, you know, high score. I go ahead and just play this a little bit conservatively. The last thing that I want to do here is die and lose my combo, because I know that I wouldn't be able to finish off the high score. So I just take it a little bit easy and go along the bottom. Still get myself a little bit caught right here. My boost just came back up, and I used that to escape. That's the closest thing that happens on this run, is not dying right there. So now we're just cleaning house. At this point, I was feeling pretty confident that I was going to make the high score as long as I kept the combo alive, and I thought I was going to lose it right there. I do lose it, but the high score was around 6.8 million, and also there's only like this many alien ships left. Like, it's very few. Now let's talk a little bit about this boss. Like I said, I do not actually end up killing this boss, but I feel like I've got a handle on his patterns. This first form kills me a lot more than it should. It ends up, like, it just shoots three little bullets from each of those two spigots on each side, but they move really fast. They're just slightly slower than your ship. And because of that, I end up getting caught by him a lot, just focusing on doing damage more so than anything. Being a little bit greedy. Especially when I have all of the boost and bombs in the world just to avoid getting hit with. Like, anytime that I'm questioning whether I could get hit or not, I could very easily just drop a bomb or use a boost to get out of it. And you'll see that I do that a bit. Unfortunately, there's no partial credit awarded on bosses, so that score will end up being my grand total. So I think that you can tell, you know, that really I'm not that well practiced on this boss yet. This is something like probably my third time even seeing it. And really I think there's not any grand strategy to beating this first form. It's pretty much just practice. Practice will get you used to how fast his bullets travel and the patterns that you're going to get hit in. This second form here, though, does end up killing me, and I'm a little bit ashamed of it because I know exactly how you're supposed to beat it. You're just supposed to use your boost to get away from it, keep on running, you know, move out of the way of the bullets when your boost is down. And I thought that this was it, so I'm like, how do I deal damage to this thing? Nothing's glowing, but it stops back there and it actually rotates and shows its green bar there to, you know, the side that you can shoot. And there's your opportunity to deal damage to this boss in its second form. And then I just I get just stupid here. I turn around for a second there. That ends up killing me. Just 100%. My boost comes up at the very end, and I don't quite manage to get it. But yeah, that's my my high score run at Resogun. So right now on veteran difficulty, I am the master of the Ceres level in Resogun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I would love to play some more Resogun for you guys if you find this interesting. Thanks for watching.
You push it that way, Tom. I'll push it this way.
All right.
I don't think
I don't think it's happening there. Nope, it's just a little bit too wide.